led by a first-place performance from junior Grant Fisher. Stanford men's cross country won its first Pac-12 Cross Country Championship since 2010 as the women's team placed third in Friday's race in Springfield, Oregon. Fisher recorded his first individual Pac-12 title after finishing runner-up last year to former Oregon runner Edward Cheserek, who won this race the last 4 years. Fisher's time of 23:44.9 on the 8K course marks nearly a 30-second improvement from last year. On the women's side, the number 14 Cardinal placed 2 in the top 10 with fifth-year Vanessa Fraser in 4th and sophomore Fiona O'Keefe in 7th. The women scored 71 points on the 6K course, tying with number 1 Oregon for second place. When matching the top 5 girls from both teams, Oregon won 3 of the 5 matchups, giving them the advantage over Stanford. Colorado won the race with 53 points. As the men came across the final split of the race, UCLA's Robert Brandt, Colorado's Joe Klecker and Washington's Mohamed Musa led a lead pack of 6 runners that also included senior Stephen Fahey, junior Alex Ostberg and Fisher. With 400 meters to go, Klecker made a move that Fisher quickly covered, and a foot race to the finish ensued between the two. Fisher opened up a decisive lead that appeared to only grow as he approached the finish line, beating Klecker by 3 seconds. A few seconds behind, Fahey and Ostberg finished 3rd and 4th and respectively outpaced Brandt and Musa in the final meters. Fahey finished 3rd with a time of 23:51.3. 2 weeks ago at the Nutty-Combe Invitation in Wisconsin, Fahey finished 6th for Stanford and nearly 50 seconds behind Fisher, placing him 65th in the race. On Friday, Fahey finished only 6 seconds behind Fisher and 2nd for Stanford. "That's the real Stephen Fahey," said men's head coach Chris Miltenberg. "He's great at keeping his composure, executing the race plan and keeping his intensity. It was exciting to see." Ostberg, who was in the front pack in Wisconsin, continued to prove his consistency as a competitor as he finished among the leaders yet again. His time of 23:51.5 marks over a minute improvement from his 34th place performance last year. Stanford's 4th through 7th runners finished only 6.2 seconds apart, with senior Ty Dinger in 15th, freshman Callum Bolger 18th, senior Blair Herlock 20th and sophomore Alec Parsons 21st. "You can't look at any one spot and say we got it," said Miltenberg. "If Callum and Ty didn't make a charge in the last 600 meters, we wouldn't have gotten it. We got our 6th and 7th in front of almost everybody's number 5. It was great team running." With 3 runners in the top 4 and 7 before every other team's 5th man, except Colorado, Stanford broke Colorado's 6-year winning streak, giving the Stanford men their first Pac-12 title under Miltenberg and 13th in program history. "It's exciting to win the best conference in America," said Miltenberg. "I'm proud of the way our guys executed as a team. It's exciting to go up and get one." In last year's race, Stanford scored 47 points, finishing runner-up to Colorado's 41-point performance. The tables turned this year as Stanford beat Colorado by the same margin, 41-47. On the women's side, Fraser and O'Keefe placed in the top 10, followed closely by Abby McNulty in 16th place with a time of 19:25.5. McNulty finished 41st last year in this race and has since then solidified herself as the number 3 runner for Stanford this season. "Abby did such a great job of putting herself out there," said women's head coach Elizabeth Debole. "To see her do so well has been really exciting." Sophomore Christina Aragon debuted her season on Friday with a 19th place finish, 3 seconds behind McNulty. She was followed closely by senior Elise Cranny in 25th and sophomore Ella Donagu in 30th. "Everyone was out there fighting for every spot," said Debole. "Watching Elise and Christina over the last half of the race, and they were rolling." Over the last half of the race, Aragon moved up from 36th to 19th place and Cranny from 39th to 25th. The women's 2 freshmen also finished very strong. Jessica Lawson passed 3 runners over the last kilometer to finish 37th, and Jordan Oaks passed 8 runners over the same distance to finish 39th. "We still have a lot of work to do, but it's gratifying knowing that in 2 weeks at regionals we'll be that much better," said Debole. Both teams will toe the line at NCAA West Regionals on Friday, November 10th, in Seattle, Washington, before concluding the season at NCAA Championships in Louisville, Kentucky, the following weekend.